Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com. As you know, I have the desire of supporting conscientious hip-hop music and artists that are doing good things for the world. And one of the artists that I respect tremendously is the rapper Vigilante out of Kansas City. Vigilante has a new project that he wants everybody to know about, and I definitely was excited to have a chance to talk to him about it. And I got Vigilante on the line. How you doing today, brother?
What's going on, my brother? Just chilling.
Good, good. Now, you have a new album. You said Revolution Inside Out? Is that the title?
Yeah, Black Revolution Inside Out.
Black Revolution. Okay, I'm sorry I got that wrong. But, okay, so Black Revolution Inside Out. Tell me about this project. What is it that you're seeking to communicate with this album?
Well, I think that when you see with a lot of killing that's going on in Chicago, a lot of black-on-black crime that you see out here, and a lot of things you see with our young kids getting set up with mass incarceration as well as young adults, and what I do, in Kansas City, working with youth and stuff, and the ratchetness you see on like different sites like WorldStar, there needs to be a revolution within our own communities. Before we take the revolution to somebody else, we need to clean inside and go out. So that's what the Black Revolution Inside Out premise is based on, is us checking ourselves, us not blaming the man when it's us that's doing a lot of things to ourselves, even though we do know there's a system out there to help perpetuate it, but at the same time, we still do a lot of things on ourselves. So that's what that whole concept was about.
Okay, so when you talk about revolution, inside out, what I'm envisioning is something where you have to free yourself from something. You have a battle, you have a fight where you're fighting something or someone. If you had to describe who we're fighting against and what we're fighting against, how would you make that description?
Well, I think we're fighting against a well thought out system to entice us to the things that we like when it comes to pleasure, but not enough to teach us about education and the importance of education. I think their focus, this system is focused on pleasure and things that make us feel like we're men or like women are women, but not to the point of how do we go about sustaining certain things that we have. You see it with the athletes, you see it with some successful rappers that become rich and then they broke, and then you see the violence that's out there. So it's a well thought out system that got us entrapped in it to the point that we are preaching and serving its ideology. So that's where I see it right now, looking at that we're falling into a big trap, and a lot of our people are getting caught up in the propaganda, and they're getting caught up in to the hype of what success is and what being comfortable is. And I think that we are losing it because we're not looking at the key component, which is education, respect for your people, respect for your elders, and spreading love out there. We are doing it by way of hate and ratchetness, and that is considered better. So that's what I see.
Interesting. So, as a hip-hop artist, and I had this issue with Killer Mike, and we were talking about this, and, some of the rappers I talk to pretty regularly, Killer Mike, Rhyme Fest, and a couple other guys. I talked to LL not too long ago, and one of the things that comes up is this contrast between supporting hip-hop music or even supporting gangster rap, but yet at the same time speaking out and having a voice to deal with the music that might be destructive or giving a message to kids that is not good for them. When you made Black Revolution Inside Out, what were your thoughts in terms of, dictating this balance, remaining true to hip hop while at the same time making sure that you let people know that you want to elevate the conversation?
I kind of eased my way in there with the Quagmire song dealing with Lil Wayne situation, since a lot of young people like Lil Wayne, and just to speak about it, I didn't really attack him. I went at him in a way to say, yo, man, it's not cool to talk about Emmett Till like that and have no remorse or nothing about what you said and the consequences of your words out there. So keeping true to hip hop, when you look at Public Enemy, Poor Righteous Teachers and them, I wanted to come in with a message that wasn't so much preachy, but yet it had a message that you could reach and understand, that wasn't cool what he did. But at the same time, you got to live your life and do what you need to do. So I took it step by step in this album to kind of build to what my point was, to attack some of the corporations, attack some of the things that we do to ourselves. And a lot of MCs don't do it. A lot of times we co-opt ourselves a little too much. Now, everything in life, you're going to co-opt something. But I think we're doing, like the Emmett Till thing was too much. And it had to be talked about. And I felt that a lot of artists who are considered conscious didn't say nothing about it. And I'm not used to that. When I was growing up, Fight the Power, it was music that said something. Even if the police said something, you know what I'm saying? So these artists don't say now, they might give their opinion, but they don't put it in the rhyme format to talk about it. So that's what I want to do. I wanted to give that feeling of how it used to be when something that's going on in signs of the times, you speak about it. Marvin Gaye saw it with the Vietnam War. He did what's going on. He spoke about it.
So do you think that when you talk about Black Revolution, you talk about Black people, what I'm really envisioning here is, my interpretation of the concept of Black Revolution inside out is that it seems to me that you're saying that we have to understand that the enemy is not just the white man. That,
exactly.
When you think about Trayvon Martin's death, the fact is that people would not have protested the death of Trayvon Martin if he had been killed by a black man. But why is his death any less traumatizing for us if he'd been shot by a black man than by him being shot by George Zimmerman? So I would say that, in fact, I would say it should be more traumatizing to us that he's been killed by a black man because we're killing our own people. So it almost sounds to me like you're saying that there are people in our own community that we have to stand up to, maybe rebel against, at the risk of having people accuse us of not maintaining solidarity. Maybe there are some artists that have to be kind of dealt with to say, look, if you don't stay in line and you don't say things, you keep saying things that are hurting the community, then the community will rise up against you. We don't care how much money you lost on your Mountain Dew deal. We're not letting you make that money at the expense of our children. Is that something that you would agree with?
Yes, sir, wholeheartedly. That's the whole plan. The whole plan is that. The fact of the matter is, once again, if I'm a oppressor and I can get you to do my ideology, then I win. So when we're killing each other and doing all these type of things, then it's looked upon as what? My thing is, it's worse. Just like if Eminem had said that about Emmett Till, we would have been marching and saying all these things. So like you said, it's double trouble when a person from Louisiana says it and have no remorse for it. Then to me, it's worse. It's a slap to our face in the self-respect and the legacy of our people. And what the old adage is, if I didn't say it, y'all said it. Y'all are killing each other. That's what the conversation is when I have these different debates, is that, when y'all worked on that Mountain Dew thing, boys, when I got back to the barbershop, some guys were saying, man, how can y'all be happy about taking money from the black man? Now, all of a sudden now, he's the black man. He's losing his money. But nobody said, what about the black man saying these things about Emmett Till? And then you look on some of the blog sites, man, this is stupid, man. He died 50 years ago. Because we don't respect our history. That's why we need a revolution within ourselves, because we need to go back to the essence. And that's what I try to do with this album, is go back and speak about some things that we need to do without boring you, but just coming in with some stuff to let you understand that you need to go back to the source. You know what happens, boys, when they go to jail and doing 10, 20 years, then they go back to the essence. Well, why we got to go to jail or be in the graveyard to go back to the essence? When you're walking upright and things are going good for you, why can't we? Why? Because there are stars like Wayne them are not pushing that. So they're not pushing none of it. Hell, even back in the days of music with NWA, they had a song called Express Yourself. They knew, they were smart enough to know in order to get on MTV, they had to do a 1 or 2 positive song with no cussing in it. Now everybody's rapping. Little boy that we did a story on a couple months ago, smacking girls in the booty, at the club. Boy, he's 8 years old. I forgot the name of the little young rapper that's doing it, and we looked upon that as great. So the world is looking at us like this. They don't know about the things that we do, what we work hard, the educators that's out here, the strong family, the blue-collar family that's working. All they see is ratchetness on World Star, and they put us all in the same bucket. So I want to separate the niggers from black people.
Well, it's funny you say that, because remember when Chris Rock used to say that, he said that there's a civil war between, and the way he said it, I'll just quote him, he said, between black people and niggas. And, you know, would I say it the same way? No, I wouldn't. But I think that it does kind of speak to the fact that if you want support and loyalty from the community, then you have to be willing to give something to the community. You can't just show up to make a withdrawal, you know, on your blackness. You have to show up to make a deposit. And so when you talk about an artist like Lil Wayne, you know, he can't pull the whole "I'm a black man, why are you taking money out of a black man's pocket" card when you have neglected the health of your community for so long. You know, I can't destroy something. I can't destroy something and then try to eat from that same thing that I'm destroying, right? So I think that that's what, you know, makes me support and endorse your album, and I hope people go out and buy it. You know, I'll let you get the last word. What should people expect when they hear Black Revolution Inside Out? What are you bringing to your fans that already love you? You already have a very loyal following, and it's expanding every time you release something. What are you bringing to your fans that they should appreciate?
I gave them what they wanted. They said, well, Roger, speak about the things that some of the other conscious rappers don't speak about no more. You got people that don't want to be linked to being conscious anymore. You know, so what I did was talk about things. I went at Mountain Dew with the song called The Betrayal, asking, you took these pictures with Al Sharpton and went to New York, but yet you hadn't did nothing. What have you did? You think we're going to be just happy with meeting up in your office? I'm speaking on myself on this. That's what I saw. And I got a song with Trigger the Soldier from Canada. Like, internationally, people are hearing my message. A guy from Africa told me, he said, man, that's what I like about American rappers, at least the ones that do conscious. It's so much power because y'all get to speak out against the government or speak out against things that y'all see wrong. He said that a lot of rappers in America is losing that voice that we used to have that used to be so strong. So on this album, you get that voice. But yet you get a different style of music. You get a different rhyme pattern. You get a MC, and I'm selling myself right now, that understand bars, spitting lyrical, having lyrical content, but yet having a message that reach with good beats and good slap to it. So that's what you get. You're getting the son of Chuck D. You're getting the son of Paris or the brother of Paris. So I'm coming with something different, and like I say, it's a quiet taste. I'll be first to understand that. Maybe everybody don't want to hear that, but I'll tell you this. Like I said before, the revolution will be downloaded.
All right, I love it. I love it. Well, I think people should download the Revolution. I'd like to know from you, where can people go to download your new album?
Okay, you can get Black Revolution Inside Out. You get it on payloads.com, PAYLOADZ.com. You get it on Vibe Deck, and you also will be able to get it on iTunes next week. And, you know, you can go to my website. My Twitter is at VIGALANTEE, or you can find me on Facebook or Reason for Rhymes or Your Black World. So all I'm saying is y'all wake up. We must wake up right now. The time is now. And I say support conscious music. Because here's my motto. If you don't support conscious music, then negative win without even trying.
Well, I think that's a very good point, and I'll support the music. I'm definitely going to download my copy as well. You know, I love another artist I downloaded was Immortal Technique recently. I
Dope.
like the artist.
Dope.
Yeah, I love the artists that just, you know, speak the truth and talk about things that that need to be discussed, you know, and the thing is that a lot of those artists don't get mainstream deals. All they have is the internet, and the internet is more powerful than anything the mainstream can offer when we all come together. So I want to say thank you very much for your time, Vigilante. I really appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
And thank you all for checking us out at yourblackworld.com. And until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. We are gone. Peace.